If we're honest, many of us struggle to know how to respond to the issues of poverty and injustice in our communities. Those caught in prostitution, homelessness or gang culture, or those living in communities affected by deprivation and isolation. How do we move beyond a model of charity of doing for people towards a model of doing with people, enabling them to be part of the change they long to see in their communities? How do we work with local people to find a holistic approach to community transformation, one that really sees the gospel as being good news for the whole of life? We believe we know the good news for the sinner, but what is the good news for the sinned against? How do we reconcile our patterns of worship and life with a God who hates injustice, one who is a father to the fatherless, a defender of widows and orphans? For many years, much of the Christian church struggled to even see why it would be involved in such work. Now, thankfully, the debate has moved on, not to why, but to how. People say, I want to make a difference. I want to put my faith into action. Just show me how. We believe that love is a verb. God so loved that he gave, and as we respond to him, we show our love for him and those made in his image by the things that we do, not just the things that we say. That's why this series is called Love as a Verb. It aims to give you courage and confidence so that you can live out your faith in tough places, to understand the issues, to develop the skills, and to grow in character. One of the things we believe is that God cares about human flourishing, and that's everyone, not just those who believe in him. It is clear that people living well is something that God cares passionately about. Part of our role is to help people flourish as God intended and to take responsibility for their lives and choices. People cannot always choose what happens to them, but we can work alongside them, giving confidence and courage to achieve their vision for their lives. It is clear from the Bible that God's people have the responsibility and privilege to seek the welfare of the city in which they live. It is not something we can just assume someone else will deal with, the responsibility of the state or some other organization. A helpful way to know how to respond to what the Bible says about poverty and injustice is to ask two key questions. What kind of God? And so what? In the Bible, we see that the kind of religion God accepts involves taking care of widows and orphans. In other words, those vulnerable to exploitation or injustice, or those who may lack the kind of nurture that an appropriate role model may provide. Love as a Verb is a learning resource to inspire and equip people to put their faith into action in tough places. It is available on DVD and online. Love as a Verb combines input from experienced practitioners, practical exercises and discussion, some issues for reflection, and inspiring examples of people already engaged in their communities. It addresses many of the issues of poverty and injustice that concern us, but that are seldom addressed by churches. It is for groups and individuals who want to know how to make a difference. It can be downloaded onto a handheld device or laptop so you can learn on the move, watched by a small group on TV or projected for a large group setting. Each topic comes with a discussion manual to help you reflect on the issues and learn how to apply the lessons to your local situation. We believe that the Bible points to three key priorities for God's people in responding to those affected by poverty and injustice. Making room, letting people experience the extravagant welcome of God. Freeing captives, helping people to find freedom from the things that hold them captive. Seeking justice, working to challenge and change the injustices that oppress people. A key part of this series is the session on Coach Community Mentoring. We highlight this because it gives a practical model of coming alongside people which can be used in almost any of the subject areas covered in the other topics. Love as a Verb is about learning through action and reflection. It is said that we remember about 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, and 90% of what we do. Therefore, it makes sense that in learning to put our faith into action, we give time to practical service. This will help you to learn and remember. So, if you're not already involved in serving in some community project or ministry, we strongly encourage you to do so. This will help you to make the most of the Love is a Verb series. Let's do whatever it takes to make a difference in tough places, because love is a verb.
Love is really a verb.